Welcome to the 2017-2018 school year. Now that the year has begun, we know you are thinking about your new class, new units, and the opportunities the new year brings. Before getting too far ahead, we want to reflect on our first year of science implementation during 2016-2017. We had a great first year of implementation. Because of your work, students were excited and engaged in the new science and engineering modules. You learned not only about the new curriculum and resources, but you also figured out how to implement the new technology that integrated into Project Lead the Way. Thanks for all your efforts during year one of our new science implementation. Your work is building the foundation to define how science is now taught in our elementary classrooms. For this school year, in addition to adding new science modules, we will be focused on two goals to support our teaching. The first goal is to plan instruction to reflect the instructional shifts intended by the APB approach that defines Project Lead the Way and district modules. The second goal is to increase the use of launch logs by supporting students to do more technical and scientific writing throughout the science instruction. In this video, we will also provide an overview of the new Project Lead the Way online management system. APB is the framework around which all Project Lead the Way modules are designed. In addition, new units written by the district science curriculum development team also follow the APB framework. APB stands for Activity, Project, and Problem-Based Learning. In each module, students work through 3 activities and a project. They apply what they learn in a final problem-based lesson. By sticking to the APB framework in each module, we provide the opportunities for students to work collaboratively, identify problems, apply what they know, persevere through challenges, find unique solutions, and lead their own learning. What does APB learning look like? It can look messy. Instruction is designed to be hands-on, giving students real-world activities, projects, and problems that allow them to build knowledge and skills. Students learn by doing rather than by a teacher telling. Teachers work as facilitators in this process. Our role is to make the learning targets clear and then to use questioning and feedback to support students in their discoveries. As we support students in this model, we empower them to become independent learners. It's true, though, that students will need different levels of support. Within the APB model, we must continue to make instructional decisions to meet the needs of learners. For example, we may employ a specific discussion technique to encourage more conversation. We may prepare an additional lesson to teach vocabulary to ELL learners. Students might benefit from an explicit lesson on how to collaborate in a group. As you make these instructional decisions, take care not to alter the APB framework, which scaffolds students through the scientific concepts and engineering principles that leads them to apply their learning and solving the final problem. If you are considering integrating additional activities into these science units, keep the following in mind. Lessons are designed for students to make their own discoveries about the scientific concepts that underlie these modules. Avoid adding lessons that would give students information about these discoveries. Trust the curriculum and your questioning strategies to lead students to their aha moments. In addition, research has shown that students need to experience scientific ideas first before successfully comprehending a scientific text. So, if you find an article connected to your science module or find a BrainPop video to use, save it for later in the unit after students have made connections and discoveries through the APB approach. Remember, the one who does the most work does the most learning. Supporting the instructional shifts of the APB framework means following through on each of the lessons as written and making instructional decisions that do not change the integrity of this learning process.
The Common Core ELA standards call for students to write routinely over both extended and shorter timeframes for a range of tasks, purposes, and audiences. This includes scientific and technical writing, which requires students to communicate clearly the ideas and methods they generate, as demonstrated through the science and engineering practices. The launch log can serve as one vehicle for students to engage in this kind of routine writing, to research, reflect, and revise as they write to learn about scientific concepts and design principles. During the first 3 activity lessons, students engage in writing that is brief, designed to help students notice and process from the work they do. This kind of writing may include brainstorming lists, writing predictions and asking questions, creating a concept map or graphic organizer, drawing diagrams with labels, taking notes, observing, making comparisons and drawing conclusions, collecting, organizing, and recording data, summarizing, and comparing and contrasting. During the project and problem-based stages of APB, students write to reflect on the learning they have experienced. Pieces should reflect more depth and possibly length, supporting students to both summarize and synthesize. This kind of writing may include writing position papers to state an opinion with support, summarizing information through reports, brochures, slideshows, or posters, explaining functions of a device using how-to manuals, investigating in labs, making predictions, observations, data analysis, and conclusions, journaling, or conducting short research projects linked to content and questions. Our goal this year is to increase the technical writing our students do in their launch logs. When these are preserved as students' own spaces, they can be empowered to use writing to record their own ideas as they discover important concepts in science and engineering within the PLTW modules.
You may have noticed that Project Lead the Way updated the management system over the summer. We will walk you through 2 important navigation pathways that will help you access the content and teacher resources. To access your teacher guide, sign in to MyPLTW using your login and password. If you have forgotten your login and password, it can be sent by clicking on the Forgot Password link at the bottom of the screen, and a password reset link will be emailed to you. Next, from the menu at the top of the page, select Courses. If you have completed the required online trainings, you will see the PLTW Launch Collections and all of the grade level ink docs for both teacher and student editions. Use the scroll bar on the right-hand side to locate your grade level modules. You'll notice the teacher guides are white and the student editions are green. For the purposes of this demonstration, we are selecting the first kindergarten PLTW module. All modules are in a similar format. In the teacher guide, you will see 2 parts to the screen. The green, white, and pink portion is the entire module in full. The black and white bar on the left is for navigation of the components within the module. It allows you to skip to specific sections of the module. If you are not seeing the black and white navigation menu on the left, click the list icon at the top left-hand corner of your screen. Once you have been able to read through your module, you may want to access the grade level videos for online training for each of the lessons. To access the videos that provide ongoing training, log into MyPLTW to prepare for instructions. Select Professional Development from the menu at the top. Click on Catalog. Locate the green PLTW Launch Classroom Teacher Professional Development box and select Resume Track. Under Elective Courses, you will find links to your grade level ongoing training videos. These videos support the planning phase of module implementation and are broken down by the activity, project, and problem. For today's demonstration, we are using a kindergarten module. Each section of the module has its own video as shown here. Click on one, and the video related to that section will open in a separate window. These videos may be accessed as often as you need them to support instruction.